What's going on, everybody? Things are pretty boring in lockdown. I'm waiting on parts to get the timing belt done. I got the water pump on and the pulleys on, but I need the timing cover to actually time the crank. I need to solder in new wires for the cam sensors. Today, though, while I wait for parts for this, I'm going to keep working on this guy. Because this guy needs to get finished before summer so I could actually ride it. Because we sold the other one. That's Sylvia's. This is mine. I need to get it running. So let's pull it out of here and get started on it. Alright, so what's left to do on this guy? I gotta remount the suspension mount because this setup is not going to work. It's not... The shock is not stiff enough. So I gotta use the original mount and make a new mount here. The shock will go over here. I then have to weld this back together and mount the chain tensioner somewhere here. Gotta make new bushings for this guy. So I'm gonna put the original piece back in, just a little taller, I think like this. And then the shock will go from here somewhere to here. I want like about that much ride height. Alright, so I got these edges all cleaned up. I notched this a little bit, just a tiny little bit. Now we can tack it in. That's now tacked in. It's not going anywhere. And it's somewhat straight. The shock is going to go, I think, like this. And then lift the bike up. Something like that. So I already got the shock mounted where I want it. I already ground down the metal down here. Now all it's left to do is tack it in. And the shock is mounted. I realize I'm going to need a bigger bolt, or a longer bolt here, but yeah, this is basically it. And actually, we can try out if it's stiff enough now. Because I had already mounted it here to here, and it wasn't stiff enough. So, let's see if I can even sit on it. That should work. This isn't, I think, even on the stiff, yeah, this isn't even on the stiff setting yet. This shock can get compressed a little more. This is on the soft setting still. Make sure this isn't hitting anything. Yeah. That's awesome, it's perfect. Dude, this is gonna be sick. Alright, so the wheel's mounted, the shock is mounted, and the motor is mounted. So now we can see how things line up. So that's pretty straight. So now what we need to do is get the chain to go from there up and over these two, and then down under, and then back over there. And what I'm going to use for that, this little guy. So this is a chain tensioner. See, it's spring loaded. Springs back. So what I'm going to do is mount it somewhere like this. Here we have some chain. Don't know what size it is. It's like 35 maybe. I'm using my old transmission as a stand. I don't have any bike stands or anything like that. But the chain looks pretty straight. You got the best angle. Yeah, look at that. The chain looks straight. Ah, don't. We're gonna need a montage. Take some montage. Show a lot of things happening at once. Remind everyone of what. So I was watching some of the footage from yesterday, and I realized the lighting here is not adequate. So I hung another one of these lights up. That should help a little bit. Actually, I'm gonna close the garage so the light from that. There we go. I'm gonna hang one more light over there, but I don't want to do it right now because the AC's over there. So I'll have 4 lights like this. I think that should be good for now. And later on I'll add more. I want to add some vertical lights on the walls. I think that would be cool. I've been doing a lot of thinking with this. And I still haven't thought of a way to do it. So another idea I had was to go completely under and go like this. Then I don't have to avoid 2 pipes, I just have to avoid 1. And then there's no chance of this. Actually, I don't know if you can see it. So like I was saying, so instead of going over this, I thought of going under it. That way the 2 chains will never hit, and I only have to avoid this 1 pole instead of 2. My only concern is not having enough teeth grabbing the sprocket, but I think it's enough. It's barely less. It's like maybe 2 teeth less. So I think I'm going to go with this method. So I found out this is aluminum. None of the welds stuck. They just melted and fell off. So this will have to be mounted with a bolt. I'll probably drill another hole and tap it, and then have the screw go in there. But only problem is this is the pivot bolt, so I can't bolt straight through this. So what I have to do is weld some sort of plate to it. I have to turn this around, but it will go something like this. All I'm saying. So I have fabricobbled this little bracket here out of some scrap. And see how I match the curve of this? That was intentional. Yeah. So this will now go here. It's going to get welded in like that. And this guy will push down on the chain. Like that. Now I just got to figure out the right angle for it, so that the chain will have some play or some movement. And this guy will have a range of motion. So it's probably just going to be like that. So there, now I just got to tack it in straight and in the right spot. And it'll be ready to go. Get out, that looks sick. Nothing's hitting. Chain's tight. We got suspension movement. Nothing's hitting. That is so sick. That is the best chain tensioner I have ever made. I'm going to stop praising myself now, and we'll continue on. I have to make this now. So, we have to line the engine up where it's going to go, bolt it in, so know exactly where the chain is. Just want to make sure the chain is super straight, like that. That looks pretty straight to me. So now we bolt the engine down, and we have to figure out where this is going to go. Alright, so here's the new plan. I broke these welds here, cut that off. I got a little piece of old traction arm off the SC. Cut it right there. That's going to lift this up. This angle will be more horizontal, which will make the shock stiffer because of, I don't know, leverage or something. I don't know how it works. So yeah, now we're just going to tack that in, see how it fits, see how the shock works differently. This will also raise the drive height a little bit. So. So I compressed the spring a little bit. I don't know how much further I can. This spring, I need to flip it so that I can see better. But I compressed the spring, and it's not bottoming out anymore. See that? That was pretty hard for it to hit the bump stop. So I think that will be okay for now. So yeah, it's already late, 10 o'clock, so I'll finish this probably tomorrow. Day 3, here we go. I just gotta clean this up. As you can see, I got some spare knuckles off my SC300 that we parted out. Just took all this apart. That was an absolute pain in the ass, because all this shit's hella rusty. So I'm gonna clean this up, and we'll get started on this. All that's left to do, that pipe, mount the engine, and put a bigger screw here. I think that's it. I heated the other piece up, but it's not budging at all. But then I realized I have a pre-bent one already. It's the one I replaced, so I'm gonna chop that. Yeah, that's pretty much perfect. Just gotta get rid of all this right here, right out of the way of the chain. Sick. I might even box this back together as well. Just give it a little box here to get it all strong, so make sure this doesn't bend. Check out that fitment. That is perfect. It's a little too tight. Alright, so I've made some progress. Got this all grinded down flat. Made this shiny. And I drilled out the hole for the shock mount bigger, because it was too small and it was wobbling around, and put the right size bolt in there. So now this is solid, it's not wiggling anymore, so we can continue on. Get this mounted in here, get it tacked in, and then maybe put another pipe right here. We'll see. Let's do it. Cut out these two little rods. mount them on the bottom of this to stiffen it up, because you can see this is pretty flexible. So if I just weld these to the bottom, it should stiffen it up quite a bit. Got this all welded up. It's much stiffer now, no more bend in it at all. Just what I wanted. Didn't want the engine to wobble, because these were the only holes that actually had some rigidity to them. So, doesn't look pretty, but that's why it's on the bottom, and I don't care. That's the chain tensioner mount. As you can see from the bottom now, this guy bolts up like that to it, or like that, I don't know, some which way. It's like that. Yeah, it's like that. Let's see, what else can we do now? Check it out. I know I haven't filmed much because I just wanted to get this done, but this is sick. Got the chain on, got it tensioned. The tensioner is doing stuff. Suspension is in. The bike is very wobbly, but hey, this is just a pit bike. I just need to get bigger wheels for it. This thing's going to be sick. I'm probably going to need a different sprocket too, because I highly doubt this gearing is going to work well. This is probably going to just wheelie like a, it's going to wheelie a lot. I don't know what wheelies a lot, so I couldn't think of a simile. So, yeah, that's all I got to say. But drivetrain is finished, or whatever the hell you want to call it. Suspension is finished. All I gotta do now is finish welding everything up that's tacked. Look at this. Look at this tolerance. There's like barely a finger here. That's precision engineering. Yeah, dude, this thing is dope. I can't wait. Just need to mount the seat. I'm gonna have to cut this off because this whole angle changed. This used to be like this. This used to be like down here. So my seat doesn't fit over this guy. I'm probably gonna move the seat forward because it's a lot longer now. I don't want to be sitting so far back because this thing's just gonna wheelie nonstop. That's probably gonna wrap it up for this video. 3 days. I think it's a good place to stop. This is looking dope. Next video is just gonna be just finishing all the welding, painting it, and just like little things. I need a throttle cable, put the fuel tank on, oh, and foot pegs. That's about it. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you like, the mini bike videos seem to be doing pretty well, so I hope you guys like these, because, you know, the pit bike is just as important as the drift car. Because when your shit breaks, you need to get somewhere quick. You're not going to be, you know, driving another car. You need one of these. So yeah. Thank you for watching, everyone. And I'll see you in the next one.
America, America. Do you have your passport?